ever driven a car where you could...
Yeah.
All right, we lost traction there. I'm here with Hamish.
I got my gorgeous paint E30, but it's got a little secret.
Little secret under the hood. All right, let's see it.
Just a bit of work.
The special hood prop.
Dude, it worked out great.
Boom.
Easy peasy.
You know what that is? Actually, tell them what do we have here?
This is an M60B44 stroker, or frankenmotor, depending on the town that you're from. My performance tool is betraying me. All right.
There we go. She's set up. The shower curtain is set up.
Dude, it's mint.
So,
but, yeah.
This is an E30 with not only a V8, but a stroker.
Yeah, so I mean, I was like in here getting ready to do the swap, and you want to kind of take whatever engine you put in as far as you can. And with these M60s, the stroker is kind of like everybody wants to give it a shot, and if you're going through the trouble, you might as well do it.
Might as well do it.
Yeah.
So we know, from my channel, we know this engine because this is what we did in my E31.
Yeah.
And we all know my review of said car and the disappointment that I had with it. Not necessarily the engine, but the fact of what the engine was in. And this guy is road tripping from Denver
to North Carolina
in this car. Absolute madman. Something about these Denver guys love road tripping their super built cars.
Maybe not after this.
Like Zach and his S54 E30 M3.
Yeah.
You know, you guys always bring cool stuff and you drive it, and that's really cool. But I figured let's get a redemption on the M60B44 in a way better, way lighter, way more capable car. So tell them, what did this, perhaps, we will see.
Yeah.
What did this E30 start its life as?
This is a 318 IS, it's a 91, and I mean, when I got it, it was stripped, right? There were no seats or, seats or carpet or anything in the car.
So it was already planned to be like a track car or a parts car?
The previous owners, I mean, you brought up Zach and DBO and the crew. One of the guys from that whole community was planning this to be like, think like a 24-hour Lemons car.
Okay.
And ended up not doing it. Nice thing is a lot of the suspension and everything was already kind of handled.
Yeah.
So it was really just like the power plant part of the swap that I had to figure out on my own.
Yeah. So then I guess let's start at the power plant and then carry on.
Yeah.
So I guess what are the details here? Just a quick. We don't have to give the entire build recipe, but kind of overall, what's I guess done to the engine? What supporting mods, engine management?
Yeah, I mean, the engine, as far as it goes, is like pretty stock standard. There's a few mods people do to get like higher rev limiter and stuff out of them. I didn't do those.
Yeah, like the valve train.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't do that either.
Like Audi lifter. Or something like that. Yeah. But it's on a KDATA ECU, which is like your Megaswort kind of plug and play knockoff type of deal. Straight over from Europe. It runs Tuner Studio, and there's a buddy Daniel down in Texas who sent me his tune. I just had to configure for injectors. After that, it's got some Angry Ass parts on it. So I got Angry Ass's PCV delete plate in the back. And they actually included like some extra nipples, but I lost them, so now I just got the Y. Yeah. And then I've got the underdrive pulley for the power steering.
Yeah, underdrive power steering.
It's got the E46 M3 steering rack.
Okay.
Some of the suspension stuff, I think it's on like Ireland Engineering sway bars. I've got Bilstein B8s with some sort of lowering spring on them. And being the V8, you have to delete the boosters, so it's manual brakes. I think that's going to be your biggest...
I've never driven a car with manual brakes.
Yeah, that's going to be your biggest thing to figure out. Once you get used to them, they're not bad.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to feel that.
Yeah, I can't lock up the tires, so...
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
That. Yeah.
So to slap this V8, not necessarily a stroker, but a M60, basically it comes down to motor mount arms, boosters, and then I guess you figure out your trans and your drive shaft. So what do we have for a trans and a drive shaft?
So if you're figuring out your transmission, if you go 6-speed, you're going to have to hammer out the transmission tunnel. And we were not scientific when we did it. We got a sledgehammer and just kind of pounded it out and test fit and test fit. But if you're doing the 5-speed, as far as I know, you can make it work. I got the 6-speed.
Yeah, and 420G.
Yeah, 420G. And one of the things that was like kind of really top of mind for me was gearing. I didn't want something that was just going to scream on the highway. So it's got a 293 in the back.
Super low ratio.
I'd say it's like real close to like a stock 540. Yeah. As far as gearing and everything goes.
Yeah, because a stock 540 is a 291, isn't it?
Yeah, and then you've got like the slight difference in wheel diameter in the rear, and then other than that, you're hanging out.
Yeah.
But
so it's a stock E30 diff.
Yep.
And then 540 trans, 540 engine. What's mating them? What's your drive shaft?
So for drive shaft, I'm not entirely sure what we did. I'm pretty sure we took like the E30 section of the from the diff to the drive
Yeah.
shaft.
It's a custom drive
Slice it.
shaft.
Yeah, custom. But I'm pretty sure that's where we made the modification and then just left the diameter and the strength of the 540 for the rest of it.
Which makes sense, yeah. So E30, basically rear flange, and then the rest is 540.
That 4-bolt.
To an extent, yeah.
Exactly. And then like another one that I've been playing with a lot is radiators. Initially I had an E36, and it went over the core support.
Yeah.
And I don't think that was to detriment, but eventually it wore through and got a break, so I got a Z3M radiator in there now.
Oh, so that's what I was wondering what that was. It fits really nice.
Dude, it drops right in. I mean, it's all zip tied in, but zip ties are lightweight, fastening devices. So. With the overheating that I was experiencing, I ended up getting a bunch of sheet metal and ducting it all in, so kind of all the air really gets in
so we got some duct. Okay, cameraman, let's get that figured out. Yeah, some duct work right up into the radiator.
Exactly, and you got my kill count here. I think.
Yeah, dude, this is how you know you're driving through the Midwest right here. Dude. Nothing but bugs.
And corn.
Yeah, and corn. I see you have a air intake from your headlight.
Yeah, totally 3D printed, as you can see. And at some point I'll do like the actual box to get it in there, but everything's very dynamic in the engine bay. It all moves around.
I like the way you use it.
Yeah, I'm trying to sell it, right?
Yeah, I see this guy. This guy's all about his mounting.
Dude, we're going crazy.
So what, no AC?
No AC.
Is it possible with this, or you didn't even want to try?
I want to play. I'll get to a certain point where I want to try it. One of the YouTube videos that I saw, this guy had to notch his frame rail.
Really?
I kind of want to avoid that.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's a wider engine. In a way.
Exactly. And like, if you can get the shot, check out the alternator and how close it is to the rail.
Yeah, that's super close.
Yeah, so I mean
see right there.
When I had like different mounts for the engine, I'm 90% sure it was contacting.
Wow.
But at this rate, like it's pretty dang solid where it's at. And
UUC strut brace.
It says the sticker. I don't know if that's true, but
well, it's got the sticker on it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a stock expansion tank just thrown over there.
Yeah, completely mounted. It's the highest point, so it bleeds pretty easy.
That is true.
Yeah,
that is true.
It's actually, E30s suck to bleed, but
yeah, they are a pain, especially if you do an engine swap with the radiator, and it's a whole nightmare.
Dude, exactly. But nah, as far as it goes, like it's gone through a few different iterations of ghetto. This is the least ghetto, and eventually, dial it in a little bit more.
But it works.
Hey, I mean, I'm 1,500 miles in, knock on wood.
So wait, this isn't the first time, you said it's been running and driving.
Yeah.
But this is the first road trip, obviously. No?
Yeah, so I finished this, and I think like the day after, the next day, like I finished the exhaust at like 2 a.m., and then we drove it 1,000 miles down to Texas for Tex Fest.
Oh, so you've put some miles on it.
Well, yeah, but I got down to Texas and my crank hub exploded.
Your crank hub?
Yeah. Everybody says that I put it in loose. Okay.
Crank hub. Yeah, did you torque it to 300 with the
Jesus torque? Yeah, I had the big ass Milwaukee on it, but like. Dude,
okay, you did the Milwaukee, but you didn't do the actual holder with the. Yeah. See, I did, and that's why my build lived.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
We're here, man.
Yeah, we're here.
But
I'm just bullshitting.
It came out and like exploded and shit.
That's pretty wild.
So, dude, it was so stressful. I was like that night, like sitting there revving it to 7,000, and it just wouldn't start. And the next day, it's like the whole thing's detonated, and for whatever reason, it was running on 7 cylinders instead of 8 as well.
Wow.
Drove it all the way back. And
you drove it back?
Yep.
Fixed itself.
Don't know.
Hey, a testament to V8s.
Yeah.
BMW V8s, baby.
Dude, they handle. And back then, I didn't have a coolant gauge. I had a tinier E-fan and everything, so I'm pretty sure it overheated a bunch too. It's really good for the resale, what I'm describing right now. But
yeah, this video is going to absolutely... Hope you plan on keeping this thing.
Yeah, at this point, I'm not going to sell it. But nah, it's so far getting more and more dialed. I just put the lower temp thermostat in.
Okay.
Did you do that for yours?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I even... No, I changed it, but I don't remember what I put in it.
Yeah. Nah, it's I just kind of heard about it and didn't do it when I was building the engine, but it brings it down a whole 10 degrees.
Oh, that's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, peace of mind. So.
Yeah. What do you have for brakes? Stock?
Yeah.
Stock 318 brakes.
Yeah.
Hey, they got drilled rotors though. That's nice.
Yeah, it's hot boy. Man, I when we spec'd out, because you have to go to manual for the swap. You can choose between like I think like a 5/8 and a 3/4 inch bore.
Yeah.
I did the 3/4 inch bore because I'm like, oh, I'll do the big brake kit down the road. We're 4 years into this and I'm still on stock brakes. So you're gonna notice when you go to drive it, that pedal doesn't move.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to feel that.
And eventually I'll do that Mazda big brake kit.
Yeah.
And that should get it moving and everything. And the reason being is I like 4-lug. I kind of want to keep that stuff. So.
Yeah. What's well, everyone probably heard the intro with the 2-step.
Yeah.
So you have a 2-step tune. And then what's your exhaust setup? Because it sounds insane.
Dude, thanks. Yeah, so it's a true dual with an X pipe. It's got some like local to us exhaust shop headers, or sorry, resonators, and then like a MagnaFlow knockoff muffler.
You said stock headers, right?
Yeah, so they're X5. At least if I remember right, and the video will tell me, but they're X5, I think, on both sides.
Oh, so with a 4.4 X5?
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
And then the X5 actually has some cooler shit too.
Is this donor motors out of an X5?
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, DBO, right? We were able to pull a bunch of shit apart and
right.
and match parts, but there was like a delete plate, I think, for AC, or no, for the remote oil reservoir, a delete plate on the X5 that let me kind of like skip the arm.
Okay.
Because most people on these swaps will have to trim their motor mount arm to retain like these oil ports for the for the filter.
Yeah.
But there's a whole ass delete plate for the X5, and then I'm just able to run the garagistic arms.
Nice.
So it kind of cleaned up the build a lot. And then the thermostat housing is metal too. I don't really know where that came from. But,
Wow. That's really nice.
Like a little difference. And it's just, you know, I was fortunate enough to build this at DBO, so.
Yes, for people that don't know, you're the cameraman behind DBO all these years,
exactly.
right?
Yeah. So
I don't know if people know that or not, but a lot of my followers know DBO.
Yeah.
So look at that. We met Zach earlier in the year, and now we got Hamish, the camera guy.
Yeah, and
so,
dude, Zach's E30 is wicked. So I want to go and like, he's driven this when it was shitty. So I want to have him back in it and see how it compares with his S54 and all that.
I will tell you right now, because I got to drive Zach's E30 M3 with the S54, and now I get to drive this with the B44. So I am actually really excited to drive this car.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some fun. Okay.
Heavens to Betsy, dude.
We're going for it, man. We got 10 cameras set up in here.
Dude. And you got lumbar too with your blood pressure cuff. And then if you want to bleed it, you hit that button underneath.
Wow.
That's silly.
That's hilarious. All right. Oh.
Starts a little quicker the second time.
Yeah, it starts a little quicker. It revs fast.
That's the lightweight.
Or is that just your odometer or your tack?
Dude, the tack's actually a little bit slower because when you go to do the two-step, it'll two-step before it hits 4K on the Odo. It revs quick, dude. It's really nice for upshifting. No, downshifting, because you don't have to rev match as hard. It's like really kind of forgiving in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get a test for the brakes right off the bat. Oh my God.
It feels like there's nothing there, right? Like,
it feels like you don't have brakes. Let's just put it that way. There's no other way I can explain this than good luck feeling like you don't have brakes. Oh my God, it just wants to go.
Yeah, you'll break loose in seconds.
It just wants to go, dude. So E30 4M5 clutch and pressure plate.
Yeah.
And what flywheel? RHD.
Yeah, RHD flywheel, and I think it's like an 11-pound one.
Yeah, so we got a very lightweight flywheel. We got a very lightweight flywheel, and
a lot of engine.
A lot of engine. Stock brakes with manual booster.
Yeah.
So no booster.
Yeah, Willwood pedals.
Which is insanely uncomfortable right off the bat.
Yeah.
Just because it feels like you don't have anything.
Matt Farah's review, right? He was like, he loved the whole build, but his like big hang up was the manual brakes.
Matt Farah drove this car?
No, not mine.
Oh,
but just a M60.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, that's cool.
I was like,
Should I say that my video's not even?
Yeah, why'd I try it? No.
Yeah.
If you need a horn too, it's this little button.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, these, dude, I gotta remind myself not to like get myself in a situation where I have to slam the brakes.
Yeah.
Because they feel like they're not there.
It's good like insurance likes you because you learn to not just be on people's ass.
Did I just kick out the rear?
Yeah.
What?
A little bit.
I didn't even
It'll
get
do
it
it before you notice. Yeah. And then the throttle's so touchy, you kind of gotta like figure that out.
How is it so good at kicking out the rear?
It's torque, baby, you know?
Holy shit. It was at like 2,000 RPM.
Yeah, you got enough torque to like kick it loose the whole time. And these are like, it hooks at altitude, and then just driving to yours, I was in second gear and it was like kind of running shitty.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll get on it, and it just kicked it out, dude. I was like, what the f?
Wow.
Like these are, I mean, 200 treadwet tires.
Yeah. Okay, so these are legit
ones.
tires.
Yeah.
Let's go windows up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Just in case the wind is bad. This guy came with all his gear. Like otherwise, I'm a mess over here. We wouldn't have any good cameras. No mics. Like
this guy's running his shit over.
Yeah. Basically, you produced this video. Like this is your video more than it's mine. Even at this point.
I don't know. It's always cool getting other people's reactions on the car. So I do want to do like a series where I just chuck a GoPro in and I've got like, you know, my uncle driving the car and like my roommates and shit. But
are we low? I should have taken a little slower, but I did not have the brakes to do so.
But nah, it's not so bad. You'll get used to the brakes on it.
Oops.
Found the wipers.
So the temp gauge doesn't work?
This one does.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, yeah. So we got gauges down here. So we have water temp, oil pressure, and oil temp.
Yep, and I'd say you're probably good for all of them. Oil's a little low, but you'll get there.
Yeah, we're still finding the roads.
Yeah.
This thing...
it's like,
This feels like it's gonna be a hell of a car.
what comes to mind to me is like, you kind of just pick your speed in this car and it'll do it.
Yeah.
So you're like, how fast? You know, and like going on the highway and shit, you're kind of like a fighter jet because you get to just like weave in and out, and then an engine brakes, and there's so much wind resistance that it slows itself down real quick too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Still letting her warm up a little bit. I'm looking for some roads.
Dude, I reckon you're okay. If you want to do crazy shit, you're good.
Oh, we got cars in front of us anyway.
Yeah,
I had the same engine, but inside of an E31 didn't quite feel like the same engine. It's almost like, you know, you're taking the same thing, right? The same engine, same power, whatever. And it's like, you're choosing the path of, you're like red pill, blue pill. And it's like, do I want what feels like a frickin' race car, or do I want what feels like I'm commuting to work in 1995 and I don't want to hear engine noise, I don't want to hear wind noise. And you know, a lot of that's just having a frickin' exhaust on the car.
Yeah.
Like stock exhaust is boring as shit.
Did you have a stock on the E30?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I built that car
dude,
in the wrong way possible for what it is. Oh shit. Is redline on the tach, redline on the engine?
Nah, 7500's redline, so you could probably use.
So we're gonna go past
if you want.
So we paid for all that we're gonna use all
Yeah, I get a little scared when I get like 6,000.
Okay,
I see red and I get scared. But...
I'm not going for any records here.
Right.
But I mean, right off the bat, it's an E30.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, E30 brakes, E30 suspension upgrades.
Yeah.
You know, offset F cabs.
It's solid. There's a solid steering shaft through it. So I've got this Sicky kit or whatever.
Yeah, steering does feel super responsive.
Dude, it's on there.
Yeah, even for an E30, it feels pretty good.
I was doing that to my friend the other day, and he got like sick immediately.
Really? And you said really what rack is in this car?
It's a E46 M3. It's the purple tag.
Okay, that's like everyone wants that, right?
I don't. Yeah, everybody wants it. I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't even realize this steering. See, unfortunately, we're in Illinois and we don't really have any corner roads, so I don't really get to rip this in corners.
But you got to do the squigglies.
But I got to do the squigglies, and it actually feels really crazy.
It's nice.
Ooh, these brakes!
See, and you stopped. You got like plenty of room.
I know. I feel like I almost didn't. Do you just have to like push them really far?
Just hard. It doesn't. The pedal doesn't move.
Like, dude, I feel like I don't even have the leg strength to.
No, you get
stop this car.
Dude, the next day you ache a little bit. Like
probably.
I'm getting used to it, but I don't do like leg day and then drive this car.
Yeah, oh my god, my turbo car clutch hurts my left leg. Maybe I should just match the brake, and then I'll have both my legs will be even.
Yeah, you'll be.
You don't even need leg day, dude.
We're just got strong.
Yeah, strong legs. You don't need gym to have strong legs, man. Sometimes your car will do it for you.
I had this guy come out, and he's like, got this Nissan that he's kind of like swapped and everything, and he tracks it like hard. And he came out, and he's like, dude, I have to stand on the brake, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is. If I was to ever get in a situation where I had to slam the brakes in this car, we'd probably be dead.
You gotta, what I've learned, right, is like, as I brake, I immediately go to downshift. It's like second nature for me at this rate.
Yeah, we need the engine to kind of help us.
Yeah, I'll have to come back with the Mazda brakes, and maybe it changes the whole thing. Yeah. I have a hard time believing it, right, because that's such a stiff pedal. It's so
stiff, dude.
Yeah, there's nothing to it. But then, like, if you're cruising around or we're heading back to the shop and you're like going slow, if you just ever so slightly get on the pedal, you'll feel it slow down. Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
Just the way it communicates. It's real strange. And he was like, that's new butt shit.
Oh. All right, we lost traction there.
That is fun being passenger.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get used to your car when it's yours.
Exactly, yeah.
Holy shit.
I've been telling people it's slow, so it feels slow.
Dude, no, this doesn't feel slow at all.
It's got, every gear, it'll just keep you going.
The torque at $3,000 is insane. It's all like, you have all your power at like $3,000.
Yeah, that's like peak basically.
Yeah, I don't know what the power band is on these, but oh my god, these brakes are killing me.
Nah. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yep, we let loose there.
Yeah, there you go.
Dude.
And it just keeps pulling.
Oh my god. I mean, it literally doesn't stop. Like, I'm running on a road before I'm... Like, dude, 4th gear, you got power.
Go 6.
5th gear, you got power.
Yep.
6th gear, you got... I mean, we're going really slow for 6, but you got power.
Yeah.
you have power in every gear, like 5th gear. So that's where the difference in a V8 swap and an S-Series engine swap really factors in, right? So an E30 M3, right, with an S14, you need to ring it out for everything that it's worth, for power and for fun. Even with Zach's S54, same dynamic, but you have the power of an S54 to help, but you still have to ring it out, right?
Yeah.
So down low, nothing's like doing this.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, because I know they're kind of like torqueless.
Yeah, they're torqueless. But like this, at excuse me, at frickin' 2,500 RPM in 4th gear, you get pushed back in your seat.
Dude, my favorite thing is like if we're going 40, put it in 6th gear, and then you can just you can drive the car. You can
drive and maneuver, yeah.
So if I'm lazy or some shit, I'll just be in like
you can literally be in 6th
or something,
gear.
And yeah, exactly. Just like putts around. It's a 1-gear car, like, for the most part.
A lot of times when people are reviewing a car that's slow, they'll justify it with the phrase or the saying of it gets out of the way of traffic.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of times a stock BMW, unless it's an M car, they kind of can't get out of traffic.
Yeah.
You know, like so when I think the only saving grace I gave my 8 Series with this engine was, hey, you can get around traffic pretty good. I literally think that's what I said.
Yeah.
Like, hey, it's not going to be fun, but when you're like in the city or on the highway, you can maneuver and it feels like it keeps up with traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this just feels like you're about to plow through traffic.
Yeah, dude, what you're saying, like with like every gear or whatever, when you're going like highway speeds or something, there's no time for the engine to catch up and begin moving forwards. It's immediate. So like if you want to accelerate, the moment you're on the gas, you're passing. Mm-hmm. It's really, really nice for that.
Yeah, no, this thing is like, and I mean, like you have a low ratio diff. If you put
exactly
a diff in even the 3 range, like a 3.25, I don't think you'd have a usable 1st, 2nd, maybe even 3rd gear.
No, that's the thing, and like
you'd be ripping, dude.
Down here at altitude, I was really worried when I was building the car. I wanted a 2
Colorado guy down here at altitude.
Yeah, where are we?
We're at like 600, 700 above sea level.
We're low. Okay.
Yeah, we're low. We're at power territory.
Yeah, we are. This is why I came down here.
Uh-huh.
Like before, it would hook in all the gears.
Yeah.
But down here, it'll lose like 2nd, 1st for sure, which is so cool to me. And these are, again, they're like Falcon nice tires.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm trying to. Traffic's killing me. Oh, we're struggling for grip, right?
Yeah.
See, I'm trying not to rear end someone because if I do, I don't have the brakes to stop me.
I've never, like, it's not an official race, but I'll have these Teslas like try and get away from me, and it's so fun because I'll just stay on their ass all the time.
You probably can. I'm gonna give these guys room. I want to hit these corners a little bit.
Oh yeah.
See it. I think this is like the only corner I have in this area.
Yeah. So it's a big corner, man.
Yeah, it's a sweeper, and I need to give these guys a lot of room because otherwise we're gonna freaking blast through them.
Good luck. We will find the cornfield.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's every time you're on it, man. Right?
Every time you're on it, it's like the car wants to. It's like punching you in the back.
Yeah.
It just wants to run away from you.
It does, dude.
Dude, I can't believe what this engine feels like in a car that weighs. You think with both of us in it, what, 2,900 pounds?
Yeah, probably 29, 3 grand.
Yeah, about 3,000 pounds, probably max.
Yeah, because I weighed it just me 2880, and I'm 180 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And like, dude, I came from an E38. That actually E30.
Look at that nice E30. That's
nice.
A clean E30.
All that. Hopefully the camera picked it up.
Yeah.
Good shit. Anyhow, yeah, I drive like a 95 E38, and that thing's gutless, dude. Like, it sucks.
Well, the E31's the same thing. It's a 7 Series with 2 doors.
Yep.
That's exactly what it is. That's what it always will be. This thing, I mean, I've now driven a few really fun E30s. You know, S54 E30, S14 B25, and this is like a whole nother like level.
So when I'll
do it. We got room.
Do you think he hears the M60?
I hope so. Like, what car do you have that once you get into 5th gear, you can still do a pull?
Yeah.
Like, what car? Like, I don't think I own a car that does that.
It's stupid, dude.
Like, I've never driven a car that does that.
And you saw the needle, like that lightweight flywheel, dude.
It literally dances, dude.
Yeah, excuse me.
I'm a little scared to corner this car.
Me too. Me too. Student driver.
Yeah, great. This guy's gonna be poor guy.
But see what I mean with the engine braking?
Yeah,
like, it's real.
You need the braking.
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
No, yeah. I've never been like, oh shit, he's too close. You know?
Oh shit, he's gonna crash the car.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I know you got good insurance.
You could do some. Oh yeah. You could do some crazy donuts in this thing, I bet.
I've had a few accidents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The torque is ridiculous.
It's all of it. Right?
And we're already speeding.
Yeah.
Like way above.
It kills you because if you don't want to break the law, you can.
You can. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like at this speed, it's surprisingly planted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always like to talk about when I do engine builds, how far from stock does the car feel, right? And I was gonna say, oh, it feels really nice. Honestly, this might take the cake for the most far from stock feeling like build I've ever been in. I think so. Like it's comfortable. Don't get me wrong. And if you put a stock exhaust, I think you'd have a very comfortable car, right? And that's a lot of suspension related things. But when it comes to like power band and like it feels so far from stock.
Dude, like, I've never driven a stock E30.
No.
That wasn't like dog shit. Like I've driven like nasty like pre-flip E30s, but I don't think I've ever driven like just a nice clean stock dialed E30.
No, I think for sure this engine doesn't have necessarily the heritage that.
No.
Actually, I'm gonna go straight here. It doesn't have the feeling that like the S engines and like it's no traction.
No.
Hold on, I'll get back to that thought in a second. Wow. So what I've noticed, what I was trying to get at here.
As you were saying.
Yeah, as I was saying, the S54 E30 maintains the overall feel of what an M3 feels like because it's low torque, high revving, right?
Right.
So you get kind of the same feel. Like S50 E34, very similar to an M50. You get a lot of the same feels. This, like, you're getting absolutely punched at like $2,000. Yeah. And then it bleeds off at top, right?
Yeah.
Like it bleeds off at the top end. So you don't have like the high revving sensation that I think like the S54 and an S14 gives you.
Completely agree.
But those don't give you anything close to what this gives you, which is, I hit it right now, and we're like,
you get the whole gear.
Your guts are in your like throat.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I was actually like a little sad when I did this swap because I wanted something I could rev the piss out of.
Yeah.
Like I wanted something I could beat on, but at the same time, I mean, the characteristic on this car is like, it's almost, I mean, the 7 Series, they're known for like their smoothness and like, you don't really notice that you're accelerating.
Yeah.
Granted, we're flooring it and stuff, but
yeah, I'm driving it aggressive. I'm sorry.
It's
I have
real
a spare 4.4 block at the house if shit hits the fan.
Yeah, I'll stick around for a little bit longer.
We'll be doing an engine swap on this if I beat it up a little too
it's
bad.
It's not bad to work on.
No, there's a lot of, that's why the one thing is a lot of space.
Yeah.
I mean, your engine bay's pretty like, not gutted, but
yeah, I shaved it down.
Yeah, it's pretty
stuff.
shaved. Yeah, so I think a stock E30 bay would be a lot tighter.
Yeah, we did like a lot of prep and stuff for it too, but no, it's really not bad, and the engine's actually like further forward in the from the firewall than like any E38. Or
you can get all the way in the back.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
You can't do that in the E39. You can't do that in even the E31.
Yeah,
and that's a big bay.
It's a pain to get
but there's no room in the bay of the E31. You have more room in this with this engine in this car than I felt like I had in the E31, which is actually really throwing me through a loop right now.
Isn't it?
That doesn't even make any sense.
It's kind of, I'm chuffed about it too, because those lines go out all the time.
Yeah. Man, this is like so crazy, this car, because it's kind of like nothing I've ever driven, to be honest with you. Like this is a pretty unique feeling car in every way.
Yeah.
Like
it doesn't feel light to me. Does it to you, or
like does the
like
the
a lightweight
feel
car?
Light? Not really.
Right? It's got kind of like this muscle to it.
I feel like if you threw like a 60s muscle car guy in this car,
yeah,
he would be like, this feels a lot like my old Chevy Camaro.
Yeah.
Like,
that's, my grandpa calls it a hot rod.
Torque V8 in a light car, but because of what it is, it doesn't feel that light. No,
yeah.
you're spot. I think you're spot on.
And like it handles well, which is cool and all, but
yeah, I mean, let's not forget how nimble the E30 is.
Exactly.
I just feel like I'm gonna.
But it doesn't give a lightweight like car that you can throw around.
I feel like I could corner this car and be like pretty like comfortable.
Yeah.
Like and not feel like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose the rear end or I'm gonna.
And I only tracked it before like I did a lot of these cool revisions and stuff.
Dude, so. I can't. Yeah, I literally blew that stop sign because I couldn't stop in time. I can't heel toe this car.
For what? No, that's on me. I didn't configure the pedals right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like Jesus, dude. Do you think if you did camshafts, this car would have like a more of a top end on it?
I'm not sure. Daniel, the guy with the tune and everything, he just advanced his cams 10 degrees, and he said he got a little bit more out of it. Yeah, so there's room to play.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind playing with that. And you've seen the company that sells them for like $5 grand, right?
Yeah.
I mean, one could dream.
Yeah. No, this is.
But that's, everybody knows, like M60s, they're a buzzkill past, I think, like 5,000 RPM.
Yeah, no, I honestly, I didn't really know that about them until this car because you only experience M60s in boats.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not, the 540 E34 is not a boat, but like, it's more than this. And those are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And now this is really interesting because, as I've been kind of hinting and mentioning on the channel, I have now driven an M60B44 E30.
Yep.
I've driven an M60B44 E31, and now I'm going to be building an M60B44 E34, which is the perfect middle ground of this and the E31.
In theory.
In theory, the weight,
you'll be
everything. So what I'm anticipating is that is going to feel like the most, like, well-rounded of them, right? Not that this car is not well-rounded, but this car is honestly a lot to drive.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot, like no traction in first gear is a lot to drive.
I'll like have it in the driveway, and if I need to go up to the store, I'll take the daily. Because it's so much to just get in and go
This
somewhere.
is a lot to drive, and the E31 was nothing to drive.
Yeah.
So I think the E34, with some supplementary mods, right? Exhaust to wake it up.
I think you get the diff right, you'll be sweet.
Yeah, I think you'll feel the power, but you'll still have a lot of the comfort, right?
Yeah.
And I really don't. I don't want to make this car seem to me like it's not comfortable because it actually really is.
It's just
right?
different.
Like with windows up. I mean, we have Corbeau seats, right? So we don't have stock seats.
Yeah.
But actually, with the windows up, the exhaust is very quiet.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is about your RPM range too. I mean, highway.
Like cruising. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I could totally see like driving this car like on a road trip.
Yeah, you can manage. I brought earplugs because I'm doing it a lot. But
really?
Yeah.
You have a radio at least? Yeah.
Yeah, it's got full radio and all that too. It's. I wanted this to be as close to like a factory car it could be.
Yeah. No, I mean, it feels like it's about there.
Yeah.
I don't think this engine will ever feel like a factory engine.
Yeah.
My God. Oh my God. Like first gear will kick you in the ass. And, honestly, it really doesn't even fall off above, like...
I think because it's so light, you can feel it fall off, but it still has the torque.
That's really what it is. That's actually really brilliant. The fact that the car is so light, you can kind of feel the entire...
Like the curve.
The entire torque curve and drivetrain curve. But, because I've never felt M60s to be, falling off at high revs. And a couple times in this, I could definitely feel it. Yeah, we can crack those again. I could kind of feel it, not even falling off, but you're out of the curve. Mm-hmm. But it's still fun at the high RPM. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that you don't have to be at your limit to have fun. Yeah. That's where this is, so different.
Now, so I'm from the mountains, Colorado, and there's a little route that I take, and I'm sitting probably around, $3 grand. And just every time I go off the gas and punch it, it's like that roller coaster drop feeling, you know?
Every time.
Yeah. It's really fun to do. If you're a DD and you got drunk friends, dude.
Yeah, right? I don't think I've ever driven a car where you could...
Yeah, and it's just, you see the needle, it just whoop.
It's so quick.
It's so silly. Yeah, it's...
Oh my God.
I'm really, really stoked with it.
Yeah, dude, I love this car. This is making me want to build one of these, like, really bad. I might, like, maybe I should skip the 540 and just go straight for the E30.
Do the E34. You gotta make that trifecta.
Yeah, I do. You've tracked it?
Yeah, once or twice.
Yeah, wow.
And I mean, I had a bunch of issues at that point.
It's gotta be fun.
I was passing some newer, I don't know Porsches, but I was like passing some newer ones and stuff on the street.
I mean, I bet, because M50 E30s are pretty capable cars.
Yeah.
S52 E30s are pretty capable cars. You have an engine that far surpasses both of those.
And then it's just that instant torque is so silly.
And I feel like having the heavier front end, honestly, not even. Yeah. Because an M50 probably weighs more than this.
I want to get it on some corner weights and see where the distribution lies.
I bet, like, everyone. So a lot of people say, Jason Camisas told us to me in person when I was talking to him at Monterey Car Week. He really likes 318 E30s because he feels like they're way well balanced with the light engine in the front. And just handle really well. Yeah. And you said that this is hardly even heavier with this.
Yeah, I don't know, like, front to rear, right? I use ChatGPT. I was like, here's my car, and here's what I've done. And ChatGPT reckons it's like 60-40 instead of like, no, it reckons it's 51-49.
Record.
Whose production is it now?
Dude, literally insane.
It's just got it all.
Perfect.
You see what I mean? Like, pick your speed?
Yeah, no, it literally I was like, what does he mean by that?
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
It's like, it'll just do whatever you tell it to. Yeah, this is nice.
Yeah, we're just cruising.
Yeah.
I'm scared to, like, really hit it in the corners. I feel like I'm gonna, like, lose the rear end.
Corners scare me, to be honest.
Yeah, this is one of those straight line cars. That's where you see the difference. And that's engine, when it's in a car, is usually a corner car. Yeah. This is fucking whatever the hell you want it to be car.
Dude.
Okay, but anyway, I'm sorry I cut you off. ChatGPT said they think 60-40 weight.
No, I got it mixed up. It's 51-49 is what GPT thinks.
Oh, that's like, okay.
That's pretty dang dialed.
That's
apparently,
super dialed.
The 318 is like 50-50 perfect.
Really?
And then I was like...
You're hardly straight from that, though. I mean...
Well, it's GPT, and it's the information I give it. But,
that's true.
Oh, that's one of the new Zs, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a brand new Z.
I like those.
Sorry, truck. I'm going to have to cut you off. I'm not waiting behind you.
Oh, dude, he's going to be stuck behind you.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
It's so good you got it at altitude too, or like sea level.
Yeah. I just want to, like, keep driving it like I can't stop driving like an ass.
Yeah. No, it brings it out of you. I can't, like, have a beer and drive this car.
Yeah, no. Oh, God, no.
Yeah.
You can't even. Luckily, we're in the middle of nowhere. I feel like I'm not even in Illinois.
Yeah.
I know, like, for you, Midwest is Midwest, whatever. But, like, this is so different from what. Where I live,
being
30 minutes
like
away is. Yeah, we're in the middle of nowhere.
Dude, I'm glad you found this spot.
Yeah, it's fun to drive.
Yeah.
Straight lines, at least.
Yeah.
We were talking, like, power numbers, what we think this makes. I'm dying to know.
Yeah.
Because, like, this has got to be, it's got to be 300 wheel.
That's what we're hoping.
It's got to be even maybe more.
Yeah, well.
I don't know.
I tend to think that it's a little bit, like, I think M60s are kind of just, getting the call. I think they're a little too hyped up. Like, they're nice engines and everything, and, your E31 experience and everything, but then again, with your reaction here and what you've driven and everything, maybe they do make a little bit more, or maybe I just got a good one. The plan is to dyno it when I'm in North Carolina.
Yeah, oh my God, see, I'm about to, can't even drive around people, I'm about to.
First gear sucks, dude.
Yeah, first gear is pretty unusable.
Yeah. I'll do like 2-4-6 when I'm driving most of the time, but.
And that's literally, again, to reiterate, with a low ratio diff. Yeah. And first gear is like that.
Yeah, 293.
You put a 350 in this car, you wouldn't be able to drive the damn thing, or a 330 goofy. Or whatever, 323.
Yeah, you don't need more, and I almost think about going longer. Yeah. I don't need to at altitude. It hooks through all of them. It's a little bit more usable, but yeah, down here I do a 273 or 274. It's a little different.
Man, what a...
It's got that V8 sound.
I mean, yeah, M60s sound good. You can't deny that. It sounds refined though.
Yeah, it's not like a small
exhaust,
blocker.
It's not raw. Like it's raw, but it's good. Like it's not obnoxious.
For like mild steel and like, you know, kind of a cheaper option, it's pretty dang good.
It sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
Dude, like 3K and you're just like...
It just knocks you back.
With an S engine, dude, you have to be at like 45 to feel that.
Yeah, and then you only have the rest of the... I mean, they rev higher, but what are you going to do?
Yeah, I could see probably why people really like S62s, because you have kind of this, but high revving.
Man, that's, I mean, hey, I've got most of it roughed in, right?
Yeah, that would probably feel really rad in this car.
That's your next.
Yeah, that would be...
Anybody watching, you know.
Yeah, I mean, the only way to make this better would be an S62.
Well, I'll be back. So you're talking about how much it is to drive. You really got to be on it if you're trying to be smooth and like, you know, like be a good driver.
It takes work to like be smooth with it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what I mean when I say like this feels really damn far from stock.
Yeah.
Because
good point.
A lot of like engine swap cars are pretty subtle in the way that like, you know, you could add 100 extra horsepower, but if it's the same dynamic of an engine, you could drive it the same way. Whereas like this, like just because the V8 and the torque, like you have to be pretty. And the lightweightness, you have to be pretty like on top of things.
Yeah, there's some like on the ballness you got to be doing.
No, 100%.
Is
that a backfire?
I think he did.
Oh. I was like, did we just like drop a valve or something?
Yeah, that had to have been him. We still have oil pressure. I hear that's good.
Okay, yeah, we're good. I forgot we got the gauges.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's as hot as the oil's getting, which I'm really stoked about.
Yeah, no, this thing's running cool.
Yeah.
No oil cooler.
No oil cooler.
Yeah.
Just that remote filter, I think, does a lot for it.
Yeah, probably.
It'll get hot in rush hour.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Jesus. With ease. It breaks them with ease. What size tire are these?
They're 225s.
Okay, yeah.
Actually, no, 215 in the rear.
Yeah, small little E30.
Yeah, 250, 225 was the biggest I could get, and they rubbed, and I mean, these are rubbing still.
Dude.
Yeah.
Hamish?
Stoked?
Absolute pleasure driving this car.
Dude, I'm glad, man.
This thing, wow.
It's weird.
One hell of a car.
Josh was helping me out. Like, I had to fix an O2 sensor and stuff before we filmed this.
Let him use my lift. But...
Dude, I forgot that we were doing this video. Like, at the end of it, everything was coming around to this.
It took forever, right? I had to go drop wheels off, sell wheels.
It's like you have a life, but no, I'm glad you got to drive it.
I am too.
Stoked.
Thank you for letting me drive it. This thing is a certified ripper.
Do you wanna?
What is this?
So you push it and then clutch in. It's basically a clutch safety switch, but that's the button.
Is that for like a standing?
That's the two-step.
So what do I have to do? Just brakes and clutch switch?
Well, clutch in, touch the button, and then floor it.
And I'm not gonna jump forward, am I?
No,
I got to clutch it.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna have to do that again when we have a light.
It's like a party trick, but you got a train up here.
I'm gonna do it up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll close it up with that. If you guys are interested in following along with this build or all the crazy stuff this guy's doing, like driving from Denver to North Carolina in this car, give him a follow. I'll put your IGs, just tell him your IG and your YouTube.
Ham does things for YouTube, and then Ham does a single thing for Instagram.
There you go. I'll spell them out.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that North Carolina sea level dyno, and then altitude too.
So he'll have your guys' dyno numbers. So if you want to follow up, you want to get the numbers, which hopefully, because not that many people do, then follow along with this guy. So Hamish, thank you again, brother.
Dude, cheers.
Appreciate it. It was a pleasure. And let's go for the party trick here.
That's silly, dude.
And there we have it. See you guys later.